Soul with Sigrid, 6:45 each day of the week. So yesterday was exciting, right? I did the workshop, Meet Your Guides. And what I love is a lot of people showed up, like there were a lot of people participating, and they were really like interactive and asking questions. And I just realized after that experience how grateful I am for the work I get to do, and that it is really an act of co-creation. It truly is. And so being in a community like that, right, with all those people and interactive and giving and sharing and really getting clear on how it works. How does it work talking to your guides? Because it's one thing to have an opening, but it is a completely other thing to really build a relationship and all of that. Now, I dive into that in the masterclass, like deeply, very clear on how I do it, very practical, got really good questions of people, so that even helped me to deepen more and to clarify more about how do you do that. And so if you desire to do that, I created the replay already. I have the link in here. Hold on, is it working? Yeah, I'm gonna put it in here. And so when you click on this and you do the 67 euro payment, you get my book, my workbook, the link, and you also get the download so you can experience it whole. It's a masterclass I went over an hour, it was 80 minutes. Very expansive, good, like setting up energy, it was really good. Anyway, that was that. And so I like thinking about that, and the questions I got was, but I'm very impatient. And I love that question, right? Because I'm very impatient myself. So I was like, okay, I'm so impatient. So what, like, I know kind of how it works, manifestation, but I really want that, right? I want that thing to happen. And so I want to dive into that subject today. This is for you if you want to manifest things and it's not happening the way you want it, or it's not happening as quick as you desire. And so part of that is like the most clear explanation I give before I give their explanation is when you know it is a done deal, when you know 100%, we talked about this before, it's a done deal. There's no need to rush. You can just enjoy yourself. What if you wouldn't have to do all the heavy lifting? What if it is co-creating, right? And so yesterday we talked about that a little too, like what if like you're in a home together with someone and you know that person will always do the dishes, right? He just does the dishes. You're not looking all the time like seeing like, are you doing the dishes? It's still not happening. When are you gonna, like, it's that kind of attitude. So what if you are impatient? You can just be very inspired to create and to live full out. That's something else than being impatient of trying to get that needy energy into the container, but being very passionate about life and expressive and loving to create and being enthusiastic about it, feel the difference in energy. It's a little tweak, but it will help it will help you, because it means you can have that energy going on. You're just tapping into a new container, which is expansive. And impatient has something like, you don't want to be that, but like loving life and being expressive in life and enthusiastic about all the good things. Can you feel it flowing? Now you get enthusiastic about creation. Now it's not about waiting and it's not happening. Now you're like coming up with all those ideas and you're just living. So I wanted to go into that. Now I'm going to see in the meanwhile what they say about trust and surrender, right? And in the meanwhile, yes, share some hearts. I love seeing you all on. It's really good. We truly enjoy coming here with you every day. And so what we want to say about this is we know many of you already have all the tools, all the information, so to speak, around how it works. Yes, you will hear new wisdom drops every time you tune in. Yes, you will learn like fine-tuning, dancing in a more smooth way, but it's like you're the pro already. You can already dance yourself, and now you're gonna go for the biggest dance parade in the world, so you want to fine-tune your dancing skills. That's why you're here. You're not here to learn the first steps. Now, the dancing skills for a pro, so to speak, the dancing skills for a very like more next level thing around this topic we're talking about, around allowing in, around receiving, around trust and surrender, that is, you're bumping into that because if you have been doing all the things right, this is a being thing. It has nothing to do with doing. So if you're the person who loves to get things done, you like, this is just a different energy. It's a different way of holding yourself. So if you are an inspired action taker, if you're a go-getter, so you know that energy, it's very acquainted to you, you are intimate with it, it's easy, and probably you have been creating a lot of results through that. And so now we're inviting you in a way more calm energy, in a very calm energy. It's the energy after you might have done a very great meditation. It's the energy after you woke up after a really good night of sleep, feeling that calm, kind of maybe a little drowsy, but like very calm energy. So when you're in that energy, what happens is you get in a different state. You tune in to another frequency instead of the go-getter. And listen well, you can use both. But we're talking about surrender and trust. And so for if you're a go-getter, it's like this is just a new state where you want to become acquainted with, so you can choose out of both options instead of always being pushed into one direction because it's your natural kind of way of being. And we are here to tell you, you have choice. It's all about creating more opportunity and choice in each and every moment for you. So you get to decide what works for me in this moment. And so when you're in that more calm and relaxed state, you probably do not feel the push as much. You don't feel you should be doing something. Now, this is the moment when you're in that quiet, calm space. There's no thoughts, there's no emotional things happening. It's just the quietness. And some people have that after like yoga or maybe walking outside or whatever. Like find that moment, how you meditation, where you get into that still state. And so when you're there and you're thinking about that thing you desire, and you just see the bridge. You see the bridge going towards that. And you see it already in the manifestation. And the bridge is like a golden bridge, like the Golden Gate Bridge, so to speak, but then it's golden. It's golden. And so you know the bridge is already there. It's a golden bridge. It's a golden illuminated path. And so there's no point in taking your fishing thing and hooking it and pushing it and pulling it. There's just you the invitation to start walking the path, but from that calm centered space. Now, does calm mean that you're not taking massive inspired action? Yes, it certainly does, but it's from that calm place where you expect it to happen. There's no other way than it will happen. The relationship, the love, the money, the fulfillment, the joy, the whatever it is you're looking for. And so when you know that, there's like this sense of patience falls over you because there's no rush. There's no rush. It's not like, it's not a match. It's not a rush. It's not a competition. It's already done. And so how do you want to get from A to B, from that place where you are over the golden bridge into the manifestation of choice? Do you want to do that from an impatient, like needy, almost aggressive way? Or are you willing to see and to know the golden bridge is really there into every manifestation of choice? And so the only thing you have to do is feel that centered energy, feel that calm place, and from that place, take the inspired action. This means not feeling unfulfilled and waiting for things. We're not talking about that. We're talking about feeling very centered in your power, but not in a push. We're meaning you holding your energy in that centered place. And from that place, start walking on that golden bridge and taking a step at a time and having fun on the way and enjoying yourself and just reassuring yourself that it is already done. And you can use that as a mantra. Every desire, every dream I have is already created, is already in manifestation. It's just in the manifestation of the non-physical, and now I want it to become physical. And this morning, when Sigrid took a shower, she opened the door of the shower and it's new. And she was standing in front of the shower thinking to herself, it is so delightful when things manifest. Because it was so uplifting for her now to have this new working door and it being in full alignment to what so we get that feeling in that moment is delightful when you receive what you desire. And we want you can receive everything you desire, but it's the process in that. Now, she was not like calling to the thing, when are you going to deliver the door? She was not doing any of that. Now, the men were working in her garden, so she asked politely, can you please? So it worked perfectly. They delivered the door earlier. She didn't call after them like, can you deliver it in 2 weeks instead of 6? They called her on the Sunday, can we please deliver your door tomorrow? And she was thinking, that is a great idea because they're still here. And now can they put it in the thing in perfection? So obviously it happened. And so the manifestation, but the path was joyful. There was no pushing. She had the vision. She wasn't pushing, it has to be tomorrow or then. She just knew it would happen. And now everything could fall into place for her in a way, in a very unexpected, even better way than she could imagine before. And so we want you to get, this is how it works. This is what surrender is. It's holding the energy because you know it's done anyway. It's not becoming impatient and tripping yourself up because of the timeline. That's when you start messing it up. It's having that trust that it will happen for you. And that was that. I think they talked a lot. So they shared my whole story as well. It really was delightful. They called on a Sunday. Who calls on a Sunday, right? They did. And so I asked them, and now it's in perfection. So every time I open it, it's great. And it was because it was broken. So it's really like delightful. So I get that. And what it is all about is the centering in that calm, centered place. Not here, not out there. It's here. And centering yourself from that place and then knowing it is happening anyway, and then feeling and going into that thing. It's not like waiting. It's not. It's very active. Centering yourself is a very active deed. It's not something you're waiting and seeing. It's like, it's a more active deed than you probably think of because it's something you will be interacting with all day long. So making that important in your day, making that centered space, that calm space, that trust, it's a practice. It's not something you fall into. It can be, but then it's just luck. And we want it for you to be very intentional, that you feel empowered. So practicing that is one. Now, if you want to feel that centered space, go get the workshop. We will guide you through a setup of your energy container, which makes you very centered and clear. So you get the bonus of the guides and the book, but this is only, the value of this is immense. If you learn to do this, if you learn to center yourself, it's massive. Because from that place, everything will happen and fall into place. And when people look at me and they're like, how do you do that? It's because of that. It's because I stopped pushing, I stopped forcing, I started aligning in next level ways. That's it. Anyway, so go get that. Go get to the link. And I will talk to you all on Monday. Much love. I love you and have an amazing weekend. Bye. Bye.